Sa patuloy na pag-usad at pagbabago ng mundong ating ginagalawan, patuloy din ang pag-usbong ng iba't ibang mga isyung nagaganap sa ating paligid. Ang mga isyung ito ay patuloy na nakaaapekto sa atin sa mga direkta at didirektang pamamaraan. Mahalagang nauunawaan natin kung ano-ano ang mga isyung ito, bakit ito nagaganap, at higit sa lahat, ano ang dapat nating gawin bilang pagtugon o paglutas sa mga ito. Dito mapasok ang pag-aaral natin ng mga kontemporaryong issue na ngayon ay napag-aaralan na rin bilang bahagi ng araling panlipunan sa high school. Tulad ng isang telang binubuo ng sinulid, nakahabi sa pag-aaral ng mga kontemporaryong issue ang isang mahalagang konsepto, ang sustainable development o ang likaskayang pag-unlad. UNESCO defines sustainable development as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Isinasaalang-alang sa kahulugang ito na ang pag-unlad sa kasalukuyan ay hindi dapat maging dahilan upang mapigilan ang pag-unlad ng mga susunod na henerasyon. Upang makita natin ang ugnayan ng sustainable development sa pag-aaral ng mga kontemporaryong issue, mahalagang nauunawaan natin ang mga salitang isa-isip, isa-puso at isa-gawa. Isa-isip. Ang pag-aaral ng mga kontemporaryong issue maging ng sustainable development ay nakatugon sa lahat ng aspekto ng pamumuhay ng tao. Kadalasan, ang unang pumapasok sa isip ng mga tao kapag narinig ang salitang sustainable development ay mga usaping pangkapaligiran tulad ng pagtatanim ng mga puno. Ngunit nasasaklaw din ito ang panlipunang pag-unlad, ekonomikong pag-unlad, at maging ang pagbubuo ng isang lipunang mapayapa at may pagkakapantay-pantay.
Ang mga problema sa pagtuturo ng araling panlipunan ay nabanggit muli ng mga guro ng grupong ito. Anya Teacher Marlon, binabansagang boring ang araling panlipunan dahil binabasa lamang ng guro ang nasa libro, nagpapakopya ng mga nakasulat sa pisara, nagpapagawa ng mga proyektong walang katuturan, at nagbibigay ng exam na pagalingan sa pagmememorya. Minsan na itanong ng sarili kong anak nung grade 2 pa lamang siya, bakit daw ba yung nabasa niya sa libro, yun pa ang pinag-usapan sa klase, tapos yun pa ang isinulat sa kwaderno at tatanungin sa pagsusulit. Kaakibat sa problemang ito ang nabanggit ni Teacher J, na pagdepende ng ilang guro sa textbook lamang at mas malala ay sa YouTube na hindi man lang kinikilala kung sino ang gumawa. Kailangan ng mga guro ng malawak at malalim na kaalaman sa aralin upang makapaggabay ng tama sa mga mag-aaral. Responsibilidad din ng mga guro sa araling panlipunan na siyasatin, suriin at tasahin ang mga makabuluhang issue sa lipunan. Binigyang tuon ni Teacher Christian ang Sustainable Development Goals na talaga namang pinakaakmang talakayin sa araling panlipunan. Tunay naman na pinakamabuluhang mapag-usapan at makonekta sa iba't ibang paksa sa araling panlipunan ang mga issue sa lumalaking problema sa kahirapan at kagutuman, sa pisikal at kaisipang kalusugan, sa hindi natin pagkakapantay-pantay sa lipunan, sa pagkakaroon ng malinis na tubig at sanitasyon, abot kaya at malinis na enerhiya, disenteng trabaho at paglago ng ekonomiya. Sa pagbabago ng klima, pagkasira ng kapaligiran at sa mga sakuna na epekto nito, at sa usaping pangkapayapaan at hustisya.
Hello everyone, I am Teacher Nenel, an ESP Grade 10 teacher. I'll be sharing to you my insights as contributors to the character formation of the students. I'm not perfect enough, but being imperfect makes me appreciate why I have to deeply understand my students' situations and points of view. That is why I decided to teach values education. This imperfection also pushes me to overcome challenges like adapting to new technology, which I encountered in delivering delicate topics such as human sexuality, morality, and spirituality. My hunger to know more deeply about the topic of moral issues about life drives my desire to search on how to be an effective facilitator to the students. Molding them to think critically and firmly stand for what is right and true are the legacy aiming by any educator. That one day, we see them standing and fighting for what is the truth no matter what. Just like what Susie Kasim said, truth, whenever you stand up for conscience, Be prepared to be hated by the wicked, but never ever let that scare you. For whatever you stand up for God, by Him you are loved. Experiential approach would still be visible and advisable in teaching values education. Do we popularize the concept of experiential education, which focuses on problem solving and critical thinking rather than memorization and rote learning?
Since I handle grade 10 learners, it's quite good sometimes to give them a moral dilemma. How can we get the students to think more deeply about sensitive topics, for instance, morality? By giving them a moral dilemma. According to Vygotsky's socio-cultural theory, moral dilemmas are based on the idea that children develop the capacity for moral reasoning and advance more quickly to skills and hearing the moral reasonings of other students.
Moral dilemma is also called an ethical dilemma and is by definition the choices that individuals make when faced with different situations. Questions that we may ask them to be able to think critically are the why, which, and how. Examples are, which is worst, failing or trying, or never trying? What makes you you? How does your world influence you? These are from the thought-provoking essential questions for all the subject areas in the high school. My dear teachers, at the end of the day, what matters most is if we did our best for the sake of the character building of the learner, through setting a good example to them, to motivate them, to embrace the true essence of edukasyon sa pagpapakatao by empowering their pagpapakatao. Thinking deeply about values dahil kailangan ang malalim na pagninilay sa ating mga pagpapahalaga. Ito ang galawang edukampiyon ko. Ano ang sayo?
Hi everyone, I'm Gladys A. Balando, a teacher in ESP 8. Today, I shall be talking about evidence-based practice in values education or edukasyon sa pagpapakatao. Because we need to think deeply about values dahil kailangan ng malalim na pagninilay sa ating pagpapahalaga. In our subject, Module 9, Human Sexuality, also referred as sexualidad ng tao, is considered to be one of the most sensitive and challenging topics. The young minds of our learners require me to be more careful with my words and more attentive to their reactions when discussing this topic. The amount of time we spend with our learners as teachers are very limited due to the fact that teenagers spend more time at home with their friends and even social media. I personally face a challenge in thinking of an effective way to teach this subject. Would it be more appropriate to say, fortunately, I had a student before who was a teenage mom. At the age of 14, she became pregnant. What I did was ask her if she could tell her classmates whatever she wanted about her situation as a teenage mother. Afterward, I asked my learners to write a reflection paper and take a pledge on how to be a responsive woman or man. While I let them write their reflections freely, I appreciate the way they value their sexuality, dignity, and lives. I also let them think of the future that they wanted to have. All of them want to finish their studies and be successful in life. For them to remember our lesson, I asked them to select a thing that they always have with them. From that day, this thing will remind them of our lesson and their pledge. Due to the fact that my students in that section were able to finish their junior high school with no recorded teenage pregnancy, we can infer that the implemented strategy was effective. Now that they are in their college, some of those students from that section keep in touch with me and continue chasing their dreams. Teachers of ESP should be more careful on this topic, especially, as I have stated a few times previously, we should also refrain from discriminating against students who fall short. Rather, we should help them boost their morale and become a motivational force to their classmates, turning their mess into a message. I am just sad that this former student of mine passed away last August this year, but her life became a testimony to her classmates. Because we need to think deeply about values, dahil kailangan ng malalim na pagninilay sa ating pagpapahalaga.